Hello everyone. We are looking at an important segment of number system called the divisibility rules of numbers. What we do here is given a number, we are checking whether that number is divisible by numbers like 2, 4, 8, 16, all the way up to 2 to the power of n. There are ways to find out whether a number is divisible by numbers like 3, 9, 11, and so on, which we will do in the very next video of mine. So subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so as not to miss out subsequent videos dealing with divisibility of numbers. Let's begin with number 2. As you know, given a number whose last digit is 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. If one of these digits is the last digit of a number, clearly that number is divisible by 2. And these numbers are called, as you know, even numbers. Basically, all even numbers are divisible by 2. Now, how to find out whether a number is divisible by 4? See, 4, as you know, is 2 to the power of 2. So what we do is, given a number, for example, let's look at a number like this, 1, 2, 5, 6. It's a 4-digit number. To check whether this is divisible by 4, take the last 2 digits. That's 56. And if this number formed by the last 2 digits of the given number is divisible by 4, then the whole number is divisible by 4. In fact, you can have any number of digits to the left of 56. There could be hundreds of digits. We take the last 2 digits, and if that part, say for example 56, when you divide it by 4, what do you have? 4, 16, 16, 0. I'm not writing this quotient you get here. If you want, the quotient will be like this. So while checking whether a number is divisible, don't waste your time writing the quotient. You go like this. And as you can see, 56 clearly divisible. That implies this number is divisible by 4. So that is the rule of finding out whether a number is divisible by 4. Take the last 2 digits, divide it by 4. If that part is divisible, then the whole number is divisible by 4. So what about 8? 8 is 2 to the power of 3. Take the last 3 digits. Let me take a number like say 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. To see whether this is divisible by 8, take the last 3 digits. You get 456. You just divide it by 8. What do you have? 40, 56. Again, 56 is a multiple of 8. So you get 0 as the remainder. Showing 456 is divisible by 8. Indicating there's 12,456 is divisible by 8. Like I said, you can put any number of digits. So if you write, say, 2 other digits, this is also clearly divisible by 8 because we just look at the last 3 digits only. Whatever number of digits you have to the left of 456, it doesn't matter. The whole big number you get by putting any number of digits to the left of this 456 will be divisible by 8. So that is the test of divisibility by 8. Now let's extend to 16. You can easily conclude. See, look at this. 16 is 2 to the power of 4. So given a number, whatever be the number of digits, take the last 4 digits. If that part is divisible by 16, then the whole number is divisible by 16. Now let me work out a couple of problems to illustrate this point. In a 7-digit number, 89476x2, what is the smallest possible value of x such that the number is divisible by 8? These are the 4 options given. And this is a question asked in SSC 2022. See, in the 7-digit number, there is this digit missing, the last but 1 digit, and you are finding the smallest possible value. It's given that this number, 7-digit number, is divisible by 8, which implies what? The number formed by these 3 digits, 6x2, this is divisible by 8. So there are 2 ways to do this problem. See, among the options given, 1 is the least possible number. So let's substitute 1 for x. So you have 612. Now just divide it by 8 and see if this is divisible by 8. When you do the division, you have 56, 52. Keep in mind, I'm not writing the quotient because our objective is to just find out whether this number is divisible by 8. So no need to waste your time writing this. Now look at this. 52 is not a multiple of 8. Can you see that? If you write the next number, you will get 48 and 6 is the remainder. So when doing this, as you can see, 1 is not the possible value for x because putting x equals 1, you see that the number is not divisible by 8. So what do? You can choose the next bigger number 2, and if that also fails, you go to 3 and you go on like that to find out the correct option. Or what we can do is, this is the number you keep changing, the middle one. 1 doesn't work, 2 you cannot change. So putting 1, you are getting 52 here. As you know, 52 is not a multiple of 8. Supposing you get 62 for the next higher value, putting x equal to 2, you will be getting 62 here. 62 is also not a multiple of 8. So what about the next number? 7. 72. 72 is clearly a multiple of 8. And to get 72, what number should you write here? You should write 3 here. Rather, look at this. 6, 3, 2, 8, 56, 72 and 72, 0. Can you see that? That means x equals 3 and that is the least possible value. 632 is the only number making use of all the 4 options you find divisible by 8. So 3 is the correct choice. If you find anything a bit confusing here, what you can do is write 612. You will see that not being divisible. Then you try 622. Go like this. Again, not being divisible. And when you go to 632, you will find that to be divisible by 8. So there you can use the trials. That's another way. Now let's look at the next example. The next problem is this. If the 8-digit number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, xy is divisible by 8, then the total possible pairs of xy are. This is again a question asked in 2022 Staff Selection Commission. So here you have 2 digits missing, the last 2 digits, xy. Since the given number is said to be divisible by 8, if you take the last 3 digits, that is this, 6xy, this should be divisible by 8. And what are the possible values of x and y? See, look at this. X and y are single digit numbers, so the least possible values are 0, 0. In fact, both x and y range from 0 to 9. So this is the first possible choice. And if you look at this number, it's clearly divisible by 8 because 56, 40, 40. That means 600 is divisible by 8, which implies putting 0, 0 in this 8-digit number, the whole number is divisible by 8. So this is the first possible choice for xy, 0, 0. Now what could be the next possible value for x and y? You just keep adding 8. If this number is divisible by 8, this is the number you get by adding 8 to the 600. Not writing? Okay, if you want you can write 6 also. So the next number divisible by 8 will be 608. So you have 08. That is the next possible value for x and y. It will go on like that. 616. Okay, let me drop 6. 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72, 80, 88, 96. There's no point adding 8 to this. When you add 8, what do you get? 696 plus 8, that will be 704. But this number is fixed. You can't play around this number, 6. So this is the highest possible value for xy. And 0, 0 is the smallest. And if you count, how many numbers are there? 13 numbers you will be getting. So the answer is 13. Because all these 13 numbers are clearly divisible by 8. And because of that, putting xy equal to one of these 13 choices in the given number, you can see the whole number being divisible by 8. So 13 is the final answer. There are a couple of more important points relating to divisibility of numbers, which I'll be dealing with in my next video. And if you found this video useful, Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.